Hi guys, it's another lovely day to be in the studios of Elegoted TV and Elegoted TV Radio, and I have a wonderful personality with me that that will get you guys sticking. This is the show where I won't say anything. It's the EM show, but today is going to be the Toplaw show. I have with me Ibrahim Temitope Akinremi, otherwise or popularly known as Toplaw.
It was partially school for the blind that afforded me what it takes to live as a blind person, to live independently as a blind person. It's partially school, it's God and partially school that made me who and what I am today. I'm grateful to God, to my family.
Okay, so, wow, there's tears here. So we moved to, you got through that school and then it was time to go to the university. We don't have a university for...
Not even a secondary school. I don't think there's a secondary school that's especially for visually impaired person. You have to go with the side.
How did you go through secondary school and then university?
Okay. I told you that when I got to partially school was where I was taught to live independently as a visually impaired person. So there I was taught how to type on a typewriter. So, in partially school I had been taught how to braille. So everything I needed, to move on academically, socially, morally, and otherwise, socially, partially school for the blind had given it to me. So it is just, for me to be ready for the task, the challenge, or the challenges ahead. Because into the Legbete, as excited as my story sounds, look at that. There's a lot of life is full of challenges. It isn't that I don't have challenges, you get, but then I think I am happy. I'm the happier of those difficulties that had come my way today. So partially had given all of those things to me. So on getting into secondary school, of course I have predecessors. We get to gist. How do you get to cope in class? They get to tell you. So when I got into school, I didn't get into Federal Government College in Janikin with Izele, but I must tell you, because when I wrote my common entrance, I chose Federal Government College Janikin because I had a very lovely friend who is also a prodigy, because I'm also, it takes somebody that is good to have somebody that is good as a friend. So he was my predecessor. So when he left partially before me, and we had told ourselves that, okay, he's going to choose this secondary school, I will go. And we agreed I was coming to join him there. I will continue academic sojourn there. His name is Collins. Collins was my best friend in particular school, and he's a class ahead of me. Very wonderful guy. We do almost everything together. So, but at the time when I was to get into Federal Government College Janikin, it was about that time Obasanjo just established all these some new federal government colleges. Yeah. So I don't know, my name didn't come out on the list of Federal Government College Janikin. It took us hell to get me back into Janikin. In fact, my name came out in one of the new secondary school in Abuja. In fact, my brothers went to inspect that school, but they didn't like it, but they didn't have an option. But when my brother went again, he said no, that he doesn't want me to go to that school, that, the school is just a newly established school and there are no facilities, the structures are not nice and everything, that we should seek transfer. So we actually seek transfer. So it took a year before we could achieve that transfer, so which meant that I had lost a year. So by the time I got that transfer, when I met the resource person in Federal Government College Janikin there, when she interviewed me and everything, but I had seen and I've heard a lot. She said no, that she didn't know that, I'm this. No, she said that she didn't know that I was that good. That if she ever knew that I was that good, that she would have helped my transfer long ago. But I thank God. In fact, while I was in Janikin, the woman would refer to me as a baby because she considered me very tender. Everything I needed to do, I did them quite well. My academics was good, my results, outstanding results. So how do I cope? Let me quickly answer that. I could type. So when I'm in class, I would always ensure that I sit among the very brilliant ones in class. So in junior school, teachers don't get to dictate, they write on the chalkboard. So it's very tasking. So I have to make sure that my friend or the person that is sitting next to me while he's writing, it dictates. So I would always take it down. So that was why then if I have to write exam or tests, when the question is read to me, I'll type, because of course it's not a special school. So the teachers in Federal Government College in Janikin are not special teachers, so they cannot read Braille. So I have to communicate with them in the language they understand, which is to type. so I'd have to type for them. But when I got to senior school, of course, the stress was reduced because they would have to dictate, so I can take down notes on my own. And then, but of course, thank God for technological aid and advancement as well. It got to a time where we could access laptop very well. Then there are also record device, so the job is a lot easy. So by the time I got into university, I take my brain. I also take recordings in class that I listen to and type in. So that's why I cope. Then of course, not with the exception of very laudable prodigy students in class in the university, because when you're in the university, you're on your own, absolutely on your own. Exactly. But ensure that I have very wonderful friends who aspire for greater heights. So I share in their dreams, and they would always help me. I take tutorials, they record their notes, they record textbooks that I cannot even read for me. So that's the way I went about it. But not easy though. I saw a lot, and I think I enjoyed my days in university. At some point in time in university, I was the sports secretary of my hall in an election that I contested. It wasn't by appointment. I contested an election in my hostel, Mariri then, and I won. And while I was in school, I was also a secretary of an association on campus for the visually impaired, National Association of Visually Impaired Students, UNILAG chapter. I was secretary. Then I was also a team coordinator of an NGO program organized by IDP and Site Saver, an NGO organization in Ghana. IDP is an organization in the US. I was a coordinator for that NGO, 19 selected of us in the University of Lagos. So while I was in school, it wasn't just about books. I tried to lay my hands on everything possible so that I can be a dynamic, a versatile, and a unique person.
Okay, so let's come to law school. I mean, my other brother, Barrister Paul Musa, is a lawyer. He's a barrister at law, and he's been there for a while. And so, I take one or two or three things from him when it comes to law. After UNILAG, you have to go to law school. Now, law school is, as far as I know, and I've listened to Lepasho's boss say, I've listened to a lot of people, I've had interactions. Law school is more like a no man's land. It's like Sabongari in Kaduna. Nobody send you. You are on your own. If Ijanike was bad, if UNILAG was tough, law school is pretty terrible, especially that period when you're writing your exams. How did you cope?
Law school is usually tough from day one till the final day, I must confess to you. However, as tough as law school, is, and as tough as it was for me now, right? It was law school that even endeared me more to law, because in the university, sincerely, I've just mentioned some of the things I did in UNILAG. So it wasn't that my academic sojourn in UNILAG was rosy. I had it tough. I had every kind of result you can have in UNILAG. I didn't have history tough, but I had carryovers.
I know. I understand.
So it wasn't funny. At the point in time, just like, let me just deal with this and just go and get into mass communication and get my life rosy, get happy with myself. Because I just look at myself, Toplaw, come on, why this stress? But thank God that. But I had an uncle who always encouraged me, Toplaw, just finish with anything and you'll be celebrated. He says, because it got to a point that I think my year 3 in UNILAG, I like, come on, Toplaw, I think I had to call this law quits. I think I had to stop. I can't afford to mess myself. I came into this university as a very brilliant person. Now I'm looking like a dullard. But my uncle came around to school, and when I told him everything, like, no, Toplaw, you just have to finish this. Just finish it. Whatever you can finish with, just finish it, and we'll celebrate you. I think that was what kept me on. But when I got to law school, come on, as tough as law school was, it was law school that actually endeared me to read law, to want to practice. If I didn't go to law school, perhaps I wouldn't have anything to do with law again today. So I enjoyed law school, but law school is very stressful. I can't say enough about law school. From like 9 to 6, serious reading, serious lectures. In fact, the lecturers in law school are toughened, and you have to be toughened as well to make it. Their exams are serious. Law school exams is the only exam. I don't know how they conduct law school exams. It doesn't leak. I don't know how they conduct it. I don't know how they conduct it. It doesn't leak. It has never leaked. It doesn't leak. I don't know how they go about it. If it leaks, they write it again. And they tell you when you're in law school, this you don't have union yet, such that you feel that because exam is coming, you go and form a union so that they can postpone the exam. It doesn't happen in law school. No postponement of exams. You'd have seen your timetable from day one. The moment you get into law school, they tell you this is the day you write your exam, this is how it will go, and that's exactly the way it will go. If you like sick, there's no unionism, there's nothing you can do.
So in other words, as a lot of people say that Nigeria is disorganized, what you're telling me and what I'm deducing from this is that law school is a structured and organized unit of the Nigerian educational system.
Absolutely. I give it to them a little better. I'm a Nigerian. I know what it is to be Nigerian. I know that Nigeria is in shambles, but law school can't solve legal education a little better. I can stand up for them anywhere and every time.
Thank you very much. And let's talk about all the things that have happened in your life. Can you share some experience outside school, because we're dealing with school. So talk to us about some memorable experiences of your life as we round up, other things that have happened in your life, your social life, girlfriend, all of those things. Yeah.
I would like you to be specific. Sincerely, when you are specific, it will help me better, because I'm not an introvert. I'm an extrovert.
Okay, so let's bounce it this way.
Yes.
First time you had a girlfriend. First time you went out to talk to a girl, and what were the lines? What was the conversation like? Is it body language or verbal communication?
Well, I cannot say so. It will be difficult for me to use body language. I've always been a vocal person.
Okay.
So I've always, spoken to ladies of my choice. I've had some turn downs.
Everybody have. Even Bill Gates.
Yes. I've had many turn downs.
It's not peculiar to you.
Yeah, but sincerely speaking, I think I was born to love a little bit. I've always loved. But sincerely, for me, it is difficult to find somebody who really loves me through thick and thin, But it's fine. It's fine. But I think I'm in the game. Yeah, let's just leave it that I'm in the game. So I did it also. I think way back then there was this lady that I really liked. I liked her. I was in secondary school then. I really liked her. And she also likes me, but she would seem as if she doesn't even have my time at all. And I don't want to lose her as a friend.
It's not peculiar to you. Everybody in this studio has experienced that.
I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose her.
Don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't want to lose her as friend. And she would seem as if she doesn't even have my time. So that was not even giving me the confidence to talk to her. Because somebody that I love, somebody I even talk to some of my older friends about that. Come on, I love this girl. I like her to be. They will ask me, should you can help me talk to her? I say no. That will not make sense of her Toplaw now. I mean, as vocal. She respects me because she knows I have a lot. But come down to this emotional thing, she doesn't just give in. Unknown to me that this girl, she also likes me and everything. But eventually, I told her that I wanted to see her. I think you're the only person I have to share this with.
You're sharing it with the world right now, not only me. You're sharing it with the world.
So I told her that she should come and I wanted to talk to her. So she came around. Can you mind that I couldn't tell this lady what I wanted. I had to tell her that she should go, that she should not worry. And ever since then I vowed to my God and to myself that nothing will ever make me not to talk to any lady that I like anymore. Even if she's going to turn me down, I wouldn't mind. So she was the only lady I ever attempted to talk to that I was just swallowed. Ever since then, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you possess. If I like you, if I love you, I'll just have to tell you. I wouldn't mind whatever you tell me. So I've had someone giving in. I've had someone turn me down. Life goes on. That's me. So
what do you have to say to that woman in that school? What's the name of the school?
Mrs. Shomoye, yes. Adelaide International Primary School.
What would you say to her right now?
I mean, words of mouth will not be enough to express how I feel, But God knows that I am happy, and wherever I go, whatever stories I have to tell in life should be a part of the story I have to tell in my life. That's all I have to say. I will never for one day forget her. I can't put words together to tell Mrs. Shumo that this is what she has done for me, except that she continued to see me develop and grow in life.
And to your amazing mother and wonderful dad and siblings and uncle, what do you have to say to them?
For my mommy, my mom is a happy mother today. I think for my mommy, I mean everything to her. As of today, and she's got huge belief in me. You know, when a mother has belief in you.
Yeah.
As of today, my mom feels that what my older ones cannot do. She strongly believes that I'm going to do it for her. She has no doubt that what my older ones cannot do for her. She doesn't feel that. She doesn't feel that Toplaw is just a member of the family. If all my siblings, they know. I'm from a family that they respect me that much, and they look up to me, and they know that so much has come from me, and so much is yet to come. That's the kind of family I have. They just don't see me as Toplaw. No, they just don't see me as Ibrahim. They see me like, no, it is yet to start. They haven't seen anything yet. That's the much belief my family has for me.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your story on the AM show on Elevated TV and Elevated TV Radio. We do hope that one other time we would have you here again, and we hope that we could do a whole lot of things with you. But thank you so much for not giving up. Thank you so much for fighting and for being strong. You actually inspired me, and I ask everybody to be in the studio so that they hear your story firsthand and see you firsthand. So that it would also inspire them to keep pushing and keep working. Thank you very much for coming.
I'm the most happy person on earth today, because to be honest, I've always wanted to meet you. You are one of my models. You are one of those persons I respect so much. Like, as much as I would never leave Mrs. Shumo out of my storyline, Elevated, I would also never and ever leave you out of my storyline. Please, I crave and I beg that we have a lot of things to do together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.